Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This one now Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazinamde Kano. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon Ojukwu, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra is coming. In your hands Biafra is safe. And in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. Lord have mercy. My people, today I come with a brand new one. No time for introduction. I'm going straight to the point. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Ekpa Simon Ojukwu, he has come out to address our beautiful sister, the mother of Biafra, Bianca Ojukwu. As you all are aware, Bianca is now the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. She'll be working under Yusuf Tuggar. Yusuf Tuggar is the so-called Minister of Foreign Affairs, the man who invited all the Scandinavian ministers of foreign affairs to that zoo called Nigeria. And when they came to discuss education and health concerns. But suddenly, those in the media, they were now asking them questions about Simon Ekpa. Just a few months ago, I broke it down and I showed you how the media, the zoo media rats, I call them the media rats in that zoo, they were dismissed by the ministers of Finland, Norway, Denmark, and the rest. They said, enough of those questions. We are here to discuss education and power. So going forward, any other question should be in reference to the reason why we came here. And they said they'll be taking the next question based on power. You see me, I don't forgive or forget. I've got the memory of an elephant. So today, our Prime Minister has come out. He was compelled to discuss and give a message to our beautiful sister, a woman we are proud of, Bianca Ojukwu, a lady who was there during the time of the Miss Pageant, where she contested, and I believe she won. So today, our Prime Minister, hearing that our sister, who is a politician by nature, Bianca Ojukwu, is now the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Unfortunately, that role means she is now working under somebody, under a Fulani man known as Yusuf Tuggar. So for that reason, our Prime Minister, in this video you're about to listen to and watch, you will see him say, "Dear Bianca, be careful. Maintain your own business. Go there and do what you have to do. But do not use your position to affect or influence or try to sway the navigation of Biafra. Because right now we know we have a date, an assignment on the 2nd of December. That is the date that every Biafra must have in their mind. So we don't understand why Jagaban, at a point like this, decided, oh my God, he decided to appoint our sister, the wife of Ojukwu, into this very sensitive role. Because some of the goals, objectives, and targets of the role of a state minister for foreign affairs is to assist, support, collaborate, partnership, or partner with her so-called SLT, the senior leadership team, which is Yusuf Tuggar, her boss. And we have seen where Yusuf Tuggar is going all this while. He has been fighting against Simon Ekpa. He has been discussing with the, with EU, with ICC, with the Scandinavian countries about Simon Ekpa. So Simon Ekpa has come out to speak to our beautiful sister, Bianca, to please mind her business. Make she sembe, make she calm down, continue with her role, but make she no influence or try to step into the lane of Biafra, because now she's working for Nigeria. That's her business. My people, without any much further ado, make we hear our Prime Minister break him down. Then I will come back, break him line for line and word for word. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
Minister, as you take the stage.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Sonny. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, members of the Cabinet. Good evening, admins of Biafra, Liazen in different states of the United States. I welcome all of you, the Cabinet members, ministers and head of department of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Good evening from here. It's another honor to be with you today in the U.S. Town Hall meeting. The enemies are quaking and have all seated in their various gossiping locations to watch again how we fund our liberation, because that is the biggest mystery to them today. You've seen them releasing research, articles, and many papers on how Biafra government is funding its liberation. They took their time to start analyzing, researching on our fundraising, and at the same time, including the views we've had on Twitter. They themselves have posted and published their own finding that my ex-posts have over 226 million views.
Yes.
On X alone. So they can understand the magnitude of what Biafrans are doing globally. And I've challenged them to publish their own drug lord criminal president Tinubu views. Let us see who is interested in listening to a convicted criminal in the United States. My fellow Biafrans, I want you all to understand that our freedom is here. I will never change my speech today will be very brief, and I hope. But I would like to point and touch many places and many issues. One is that I want to use this opportunity and media to send a warning to Bianca Ojukwu to stay clear from anything sabotage against Biafra. If she wants to continue to have her peace, Biafra people will not look at anybody that stand on their way to freedom. Her husband led the war when Nigeria declared war against Biafra people. The great Iroko of Biafra, which is our late husband, commanded Biafra armed forces. And of course, he was the president of Biafra during that 3 years of genocide. So, we are not going to trade our freedom for anything political position, because a lot of people have expected me to react on the so-called frivolous appointment of Bianca Ojukwu. The reason I have not reacted is that it is not my business. And I believe it is none of Biafran's business. She is a politician. She believes in Nigeria, and that is her own choice. It is just one person, one woman with one vote. Today, you don't expect me to start reacting when 50 million Biafrans have consented to this Biafra government, giving this Biafra government consent and the authority to fight for their freedom. So who is Bianca Ojukwu? Only one person, one woman. So I don't want to waste my time, but it is very imperative that I bring this message to her. So long as she maintain her lane, mind her business as a politician under Nigeria, we don't have problem with her. But when we are going to have problem with her is when she uses that position to fight against Biafra in any capacity. Then Simon Ekpa will change to whatever that will suit her. And then we will engage her in any way possible. For now, she can enjoy her appointment. I have no business and I have no issue with her appointment under Nigeria. You know, the question they used to ask, when will Biafra come? This question has always been what has been in the minds of the enemy for decades. They come like friends, they laugh, and at the end, the question is actually meant to mock the Biafra agitation in those days. My fellow Biafrans, I would like to, today is Sunday, I would like to read the Bible today.
Amen.
It's your time to read from the book of Ecclesiastes 7. Book of Ecclesiastes 7. I'm going to read from chapter 7, and I will read verse 7, and I will read 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Number 9, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools. When you expect the Biafra government and myself to act on certain issues, we don't delve into things with our anger. We take our time. But when we start, the entire world will know that we have started. They used to ask you, when will this Biafra come? Mazen Amdekano mentioned this in one of his broadcasts. Always there, when will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? That's a question that many, both the good and the bad, carried in their heart for decades. But that question now has an answer. The question finally has an answer. And the infinite answer will come on December 2nd, 2024.
Yes, sir.
My fellow Biafrans, as we continue to put in place the delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land, we are taking it one step at a time. We're not in a hurry. This is a fight that has taken the life of millions, and we fought this for over 50 years. The Biafra government, 72 hours ultimatum to return all the Biafrans that were kidnapped from the old Eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria to detain. Many of them have been detained for many years without trial. That 72 hours ultimatum ends today. And we have seen reactions from different courts. One of them is the Owerri Appeal Court. They have announced temporary shutdown because of security concern. This particular shutdown, it is now very evidently clear that Nigeria have no intention of returning our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to different detention facilities in the northern Nigeria, or maybe many of them have been killed. So, knowing what we do not know about the fate of our fellow brothers and sisters, both women and children, that were taken in the name of arrests. So they decided to lock down because they can't provide our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria. I want to use this medium to inform Nigeria, terrorist state, this evening, that this temporary lockdown, because they could not provide our brothers and sisters they kidnapped, should not be temporary. They have locked down permanently and indefinitely.
Yes.
I will never reopen again. I want to let you know that the evil will only strike when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strike. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades. And in all this evil of Nigeria, the good men have always been terrified, fear, and they remain silent for many years. Today, many good men have risen up, and they are all in Biafra government in exile. And so we are going to commit a great violence on this Nigeria state, because that's exactly what is going to restore peace. And it has started. We are going to delegitimize Nigeria, institution by institution, step by step, organization by organization, government by government, and at the end, they will leave our land. And we will have a peaceful nation where our children and women will live and walk in the night without anybody kidnapping them. Just like we all enjoy in Europe, where we can wake up 2 a.m. in the night, go to shop without anybody molesting and without anybody being afraid of being kidnapped. That is the vision we have for Biafra people. I want to also let those who are shouting Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism died with Biafra. And it will rise with Biafra. A lot of people are making noise all over Africa, especially those who have access to media. They say, oh, what do you have to say about Pan-Africanism? I have not actually took my time to address them. But today I will make, touch on Pan-Africanism. And I want you to look around yourself. Look around Africa. How many people do you see in government in any African country that is shouting Pan-Africanism? No. Only one. And it is called Malema, Julius Malema. Julius Malema is the only one in government shouting Pan-Africanism, but he is making a very terrible decision. His Pan-Africanism can never yield any results because it is a complete misplace of priority. You do not support evil because you have a platform. Julius Malema will be shouting Pan-Africanism, Pan-Africanism, but inasmuch as Arafat supported Mandela, that is not a reason to support terrorism against Israel. What happened on the 7th of October was a complete terrorist attack and must be differentiated. We must be able to differentiate terrorist attack and struggle for freedom. Malema, with his Pan-Africanism, refused to understand the difference between terrorism and fighting for freedom. Another person who is shouting for Pan-Africanism is Professor Lumumba. He is not in the government. So what am I trying to say? The only person that have a voice shouting for Pan-Africanism today is Malema, and he is in the government of South Africa. So if you know that you actually love Africa and you really want Pan-Africanism to come to reality, there is a need for you to support Biafra, because that is where the Pan-Africanism will rise. You need people in the government that knows what African people need. And Biafra have young, vibrant men and women who will make that Pan-Africanism to become a reality. So if you don't support Biafra, your dream is dead and dead on arrival. My fellow Biafrans, December 2nd, we are going to make history. This December 2nd is sacrosanct in the history of Biafra, as we are going to fulfill our destiny on that very day. The heaven and the earth will stand still to witness the occasion. The sun will bear witness, and the enemies will tremble before us as the world behold the emergence of the United States of Biafra on international stage. For decades, Biafra have stood firm, fearless, resilient, and unwavering against Nigeria, terrorism, and oppressors. Today, we on the brakes of the new era, we are ready to claim and reclaim our destiny and officially restore Biafra as an independent nation. This isn't just the culmination of journey. It is fulfillment of a dream that our ancestors and heroes set in motion long time ago, between 1967 and 1970. Their vision is now our reality, and every Biafran alive today is part of this historic legacy. Those of you in the United States that has made us to realize this dream up to this point, you are a hero and heroine of the Biafra nation. The Biafra Convention 2024, from November 29 to December 3rd, 2024, these days, Biafran from all over the walks of life will gather in Lahti, Finland, for a 5-day event that will mark the beginning of the new era for generations to come. This is more than just convention, and I'm telling you, the enemy are not happy. They have done everything, thinking that Nigeria can control and can get anything they want. But today, we're not just asserting them. We are showing to them that not every country supports evil. It's a unification of a people reclaiming their identity, purpose, and future. The energy will be electrifying, historic, and the pride uncontainable as Biafrans come together to declare their restoration of their sovereignty. This monumental and historical event will showcase the symbol of our independence and identity, and here's what we have in stocks. For those who have been asking questions, what is this convention all about? You want to declare independence in a foreign land? we are not declaring independence in a foreign land. The independence of Biafra has already been declared. We are only restoring our lost sovereignty, just like the Lithuanians. The point is that the people don't read history. We are not going to be the first country to restore a lost sovereignty state. We will launch the Biafra National Identity Card and Passport during the Finland Convention. Finally, making every Biafran place and belonging official across the globe, we will unveil Biafra Ejema during this convention. The Biafra currency will be unveiled. A testament to our economic independence and strength. The flag of the United States of Biafra will be raised, standing tall as a banner of our unity and resilience, representing Biafra to the world. We also will adopt the Biafran Constitution during this convention, a document that enshrines our rights, principles, and governance for our new nation during this convention. We'll also present the map of the United States of Biafra officially, defining our rightful borders and land. It is not just a map, it's a declaration of our place in the world. My fellow Biafrans in the US, we have dignitaries that will embrace the convention in Finland. Powerful policy makers from different parts of the world will be present in Finland. Powerful speeches will echo throughout the event with delegates and key international figures voicing our shared struggle for freedom, resilience, and determination. And in a formal oral declaration of independence, of the restoration of the independence of Biafra, we will outline each vital aspect of our freedom step by step, solidifying our path to sovereignty state. This convention will also feature national debate on the issue that matters most to our new nation, uniting Biafrans from all backgrounds, representatives from across the 40 United States of Biafra, delegation from the different countries where Biafra has their license offices, and vote on bills, creating the legal backbone of our nation. The establishment of the declaration document will formally declare our restoration of independence of Biafra, marking our collective vision for the future. And to seal this commitment, Biafra delegate will sign this historic document symbolizing our dedication to a free and independent Biafra. This is just the tip of the iceberg, as many other incredible things will unfold as the United States of Biafra begin to formally enter into bilateral relationship with other existing nations of the world. And in this convention, we will have one of the imagining nation president to be part of it. This is not just gathering of people. It will be unified voice of over 50 million Biafrans who have already voted in the self-referendum, reflecting the clear will of the people to establish the United States of Biafra. On November 28th, the final vote count will be concluded. And if the majority says yes to independence of Biafra, Biafra people will give the Biafra government the mandate on December 2nd to officially declare the restoration of independence of Biafra, fully defend it. The Biafra government will then be empowered by this legal document that will be generated from this convention and granted all legitimacy over a sovereign and independent union of the state of Biafra. This whole world will be watching, and the history awaits us all. I want you to understand that once this document has been generated and the Constitution of Biafra is voted on, which is a continuous document, a living document from the 1967 to 1970, the battle for the recognition of Biafra will then begin. At the same time, the legitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land will enter Gear 10. And as that is happening, we will continue to make sure, like the court have shut down today, we will not have any single Nigerian representative from that institution, because what they have done to us will take us decades to recover. They have brought, the judiciary have brought anarchy, insecurity, and what have you in Biafra land. And the earlier we eradicate them, the earlier we evict them, the better for us. Biafra government have already laid down all the principles and mechanisms to begin to set out the judiciary of the Biafra government. It's going to take us time. If you think that this is going to be easy, think again. But let me tell you, we have every template, step by step. And you can see we are winning this war even without firing a shot. The diplomatic approach, political approach, and the armed struggle approach can never fail us this time around. We will make sure we give sleepless night to those who don't want us to sleep. We will give violence to those who brought violence to us. We will defend ourselves with the same mechanism they have come to kill our people. Guns and bullets. I want you to be very proud of yourself, because it is because of you that Biafra land have seen and enjoyed peace. Irrespective of the propaganda, do not listen to them. Every one of us, every true Biafran, the 50 million Biafran people who have voted for the self-referendum knows the word and they trust this government. That is the reason every time we ask them to do something, they do it willingly, because they know it is all for their good. The price they pay today, they will enjoy tomorrow. If you have not joined this struggle, I don't know what you are watching. The time is now, because tomorrow may be too late for you. We will continue to defend our land against Nigeria state. We will continue to demand the withdrawal and the militarization of the Biafra land. We will continue to make sure that all checkpoint is dismantled. It does not matter how long it takes us. We will continue to engage them one after the other until they are gone from our land. Thank you very much. Airborne to the Biafra Defense Force. Airborne to the Biafra Liberation Army. They have not even seen anything. We will give them madness. And at the end, everybody will help Biafra. And we will keep going to God. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you.
Thank you, my PM. We appreciate this speech from you. Lord have mercy, I'm in the spirit right now, my PM. We really thank you, because we have the confidence when we hear your voice. We just feel the spirit of Biafra already amongst us. My Prime Minister, you have said it all. We, the people of Biafra, the children of Biafra, the citizens of Biafra, we are back again on our feet. We are ready for action. We are ready to engage the enemies, those coming to the land of Biafra, to pillage, to steal, to kill, and destroy. My PM, we thank you. We appreciate you, because every word you have said today, they give life to the Biafrans. Your words, they are filled with life. And the more you speak to us, the more we believe in this quest for Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, you've heard the great word from our Prime Minister. Also, he spoke to our sister, Bianca Ojukwu, who is the wife of our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu. You've heard what is happening in the land of Biafra, the pillage, the killing. We are saying this is the beginning of the end of the nonsense happening in our motherland. So today I want to implore you all who have listened to the voice of our Prime Minister. We have just some couple of weeks left. This is the last week of October. By Thursday, it will be the 31st of October, the last day of October. Oh my God. When we get into the month of November, we are looking at within 4 to 5 weeks before the declaration of Biafra on the 2nd of December. So my people out there, Biafrans out there, those that love freedom, those that believe in freedom, those that respect the rule of law, those that know that it is all about equality, live and let's live. Those that believe in a new nation, the rebirth of Biafra. I want to call upon you today to double your effort. Whatever you've been doing before, I want you to up the ante because we are getting to the finish line. It has been a marathon all the way since 2012. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu carried everything on his shoulder. They mocked him, they insulted him, they called him a criminal. They said he stole and ate the money that was donated to buy a radio transformer. That was how low we started. When the so-called people of Biafra, we the people, we were insulting our leaders. We had doubts in our leaders. We saw the flaws of our leader. Many of you who were there in 2012, you called Nnamdi Kanu a criminal. You said he has eaten the money that was donated for ordinary radio transmitter. But Nnamdi Kanu knew that this thing was a marathon. The engagement with the Biafrans, he was humble. He was calm. He kept on doing the awareness. And he kept on gathering people around him. But unfortunately, even though he was doing the awareness, some people around him, they were saboteurs. People around him, they were infiltrators. They were sent by the enemy. Some came because they felt that was their last chance to stay busy and stay engaged. Some saw it as an opportunity to make money. But our leader Nnamdi Kanu knew that he had to keep on going because it was a marathon, not a sprint. He kept on going, and we saw what he went through in 2015 when he was arrested. And you knew how everything went. He was released. And also you saw what he went through in the hands of Buhari, where 28 people in his house kicked the bucket. The same Nigerian government, in their bid, in their attempt to quench the thirst for Biafra, they sent their Fulani soldiers, their Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP, dressed in the regalia of the Nigerian army uniform. They sent them to the home of Nnamdi Kanu to get the job done because to them they assumed once they take the life of Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra would die sudden death. But we thank the God of Biafra for sparing the life of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. That even though 28 men, followers, well-wishers of Nnamdi Kanu met their demise on that day, even though his pet, his dog known as Jack, was not spared the bullet of the caliphate on that day, the God of Biafra, through his infinite mercy, placed a shield around Nnamdi Kanu. The Spirit of God became the buckler, the shield, to protect our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. And at the time when those in Nigeria, they called us the Biafra, they said they wanted him dead or alive. They demanded to Pharaoh. When I say Pharaoh, I mean Buhari. They demanded to Pharaoh to see the lifeless body of Nnamdi Kanu. They said they wanted to laugh and mock him even while he was dead. But we thank God the God of Biafra was able to spare his life. And miraculously, he was able to regain his freedom. The bullets were falling, people around him. But a few men in his compound, they told him, Oyendu, we shall not allow you to die tonight because you have an assignment to complete. So they were able to use themselves as human shield to protect our leader Nnamdi Kanu. While the bullets were coming, the guns and the rest things were going on, people were falling down. And Nnamdi Kanu was able to scale through the fence, even though the last man with him fell down with bullets. But they died to protect and preserve Biafra, because they knew the life we were living then, the life towards the quest of Biafra, was a marathon. We thank God that our leader Nnamdi Kanu made it through on that day, because if he had died, perhaps it would have taken us a long time to regain the momentum and continue with the marathon. Our leader knew he was not safe in Nigeria anymore, so he found his way to Israel. And from Israel, we saw a glimpse of our leader Nnamdi Kanu. And before he knew it, he found himself back into Britain. And while he was in Britain, those around him, they came again, pretending that they were in for the cause, pretending they were ready to fall and stand, die with our leader Nnamdi Kanu. He took them around with him. But the more he is ready to engage the zoo government, those around him kept on telling him to shield his sword. The more he tried to say there will be no election in Biafra land, those around him will pressurize him to change his statement. And when our leader knew that things were not going round or good around him, he could smell danger. And he came live on air and told us that those within the so-called IPOB, those in the DOS, those who believe they are part of the government of Biafra, he said, some of you will go out there to betray me. Go out and do what you have to do, but you will not end Biafra. And he kept on going, doing good, asked us to pray the books of Psalms. And you knew that after the end of that sermon, he would have proclaimed the rebirth of Biafra. But unfortunately, those around him again, they connived with the Buhari government. He was blackmailed, and he had to find himself far away from England, and he went to Kenya, in a place not known by anyone around him. And from there, he now knew that the enemy have come. He knew that they were planning and plotting against him. And he knew it was a time for him to call on a Joshua. The same way Moses requested the service of Joshua. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu looked around and said, it is time to get somebody to support him in that movement. And he told us to look up to Simon Ekpa, share his videos, because Simon was coming, or is coming, with a new dimension. And today, before your eyes, as soon as he made that proclamation, We saw what the enemies did. They were able to smoke him out in Kenya. They connived and colluded with the Nigerian government, and next thing our leader was kidnapped in Kenya and sent to Nigeria. They assumed that the job was done. They thought Biafra was dead. They even boasted that the job was done and dusted. Because at ease, they were able to kill all the commanders, the then ESN, all the commanders. We saw the death of Ikonso. We saw what happened to Gentle, Commander Gentle in the house, in the home of Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the rest of them. We saw how those in the DOS, in their radio broadcast, they will call out names. Chinasanworu was calling out names of soldiers, of generals, of commanders in the then ESN. And in less than 24 hours, the so-called DSS, Nigerian military, will go out there to take the souls of men, commanders who never knew that they were wanted dead or alive. They thought Biafra was gone. They thought Biafra was dead. But we thank God that the assignment given to Nnamdi Kanu was that of a marathon. Yes, it began in 2012, but today we are still waxing strong, because the man he told us to listen to, the man he asked us to follow, the man he said we should share his gospel. When he said share his videos, it means share his gospel. As Jesus Christ told his disciples, go ye into the world and share the gospel. Let them know it was the same thing, it is similar. This is how you interpret your Bible, my people. He told us to share the gospel of Simon Ekpa. And so many of us, we rose up to become a disciple, a helper of Mazi Ekpa, Simon and Choko. And as the marathon started in 2012, in the name of God, in the name of the God of Biafra, we shall reach the finish line from the 2nd of December, 2024. So to our sister, Bianca Ojukwu, to me, it is an irony that Tinubu of all people would be able to carry out this master stroke, where he went to get the wife of our leader, Ojukwu, a man who discussed with Gowon in Aburi, Ghana. And through that meeting they had, that could have squashed the so-called war that was coming. A man that was betrayed by his best friend, Jack. For you that don't know the name of Gowon, they don't call him Gowon. They call him by his nickname, Jack. His name was Jack. Everybody called him Jack. Even Agu Ironsi calls him Jack. Jack betrayed his friend Ojukwu. Jack was responsible for the pillage, the killing, the genocide of the people, the children of Biafra. That over 7 million people lost their soul. I keep on telling you guys, I was one of those that kicked the bucket during the Biafran war. But as they say, the Biafrans don't die, we multiply. Because this assignment of Biafra, this restoration of Biafra must come to pass. So for someone like myself, I came back. I reincarnated back to land, back into this filthy world, to complete the mission of making sure we get this Biafra. And we thank God today. The man that Nnamdi Kanu told us to listen to, the man our leader Oyendu asked us to follow, he is the one to carry the baton and cross, oh my God, the finish line. It is so funny that Finland is known as Finnish. When you are from Finland, they describe you as a Finnish. Simon Ekpa is a citizen of Finland, so he is a Finnish. And guess what? Simon Ekpa is the one to cross the line towards the end of the marathon. He is the one to finish that race. So Biafrans, rejoice. The Zoo government, they have played out their final card. The last card of the caliphate was to bring out the wife of Ojukwu. How evil and wicked are these people, my God? Think about that. Their last playing card was to invoke the spirit of Ojukwu. These men, they are people of spirituality, evil people, and they came from dark places. They had to invoke the name of Ojukwu by appointing our sister, our beautiful sister, somebody I nickname one of the mothers of Biafra, our lovely queen, Bianca Ojukwu. They gave her a position as the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Being that the state is there, it means she is a deputy or she's under the stewardship of the Minister for Foreign Affairs. And like I said, Yusuf Tuggar, the Fulani man, Yusuf Tuggar, is the Minister for Foreign Affairs. And for the past 2 to 3 months, we see his actions and we have noticed his inactions. The things he has done so far against Simon Ekpa and Biafra, and the things he's planning. This is why our PM came out today and spoke to our sister. He was very firm. He was respectful. But his words were thorough. He has told our sister, Bianca, to please maintain her lane. You chose, it was your responsibility. You agreed, you said, I do when you married our leader, Ojukwu. Please, my sister, because of the annals of history, because of how people will look at us, your actions and inactions will be judged and will be taken into history. So please rethink and reconsider your actions and inactions from today until the 2nd of December. Our sister, Bianca Ojukwu, rethink and reconsider for all that is good. These were the same words that a lady told IBB, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, when he annulled the June 12 election in Tell magazine, I believe. The caption was, to IBB, rethink and reconsider for all that is good. As it was in the days of Chief M. Abiola, today I am also calling on our sister, Bianca Ojukwu. Do not allow them to use you. Because these men, they are men of spiritualities, men from dark places, occultic men. The caliphate, they are occultic by nature. Do not allow them to invoke the spirit of Ojukwu through you and use you against Biafra. Something that your husband fought for, something your husband was ready to die for, something that your husband believed in. Please, my sister, our mother, do not allow the caliphate to give you an assignment that will go against the coming of Biafra. I believe, as the book says, the good book, a word is enough for the wise. We shall be watching. We shall be observing. But I pray that that day don't come where the wife of Ojukwu will be written down in history. 1,000 years from now, it will be documented that the warlord, the great man, the man who fought the man who held the nation for 3 years. The nation of God was rebirthed for 3 years. But suddenly, during the rebirth of the nation in 2024, it was the wife of that great man that stepped in to put spanners in the works of the Prime Minister of Simon Ekpa's statue. Please, my sister, don't get involved, because whatever we are doing is documented. We are now living in the world of AI, where everything will be documented for the next 100 or 200 million years. My sister, please yield to the words of Simon Ekpa. Take the advice of Simon Ekpa. Go in there, do the job. We know you're a politician. Go in there and do your job. But when they give you any task, when they give you any assignment, when they give you any kind of goals or objective or milestones that will affect Biafra, that would put clogs in the wheels of the progress of Biafra coming 2nd of December, kindly tell your boss, Yusuf Tuggar, that such a job is beyond your scope. Kindly tell your boss, Yusuf Tuggar, that such a task is not in your character. Of a greater good, you believe in Biafra, even though you are working to serve Nigeria. If Biafra comes tomorrow, you are ready to go out there to support your country. My sister Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu, please take my words and my advice. Don't be the one to be used against the coming of Biafra. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra Superstars Media. God bless you.
Sunshine screams, tales of dreams and bursting seams. In the night where stars might gleam, Biafra's light flows like a stream. Colors bright and sky so wide, dance the beats we can't deny. With the voices ever high, Biafra's heart makes us fly. Welcome to Biafra, hey, we sing our song, come what may. Feel the rhythm night and day. In Biafra we always sway. Cities vibrant, streets alive, thriving souls that love to jive. Hand in hand, watch dreams arrive. In Biafra we will thrive. Join the party, eyes afar, finding joy in who we are. Every street a shining star, Biafra's music takes us far. Welcome to Biafra, hey, we sing our song, come what may. Feel the rhythm night and day. In Biafra we always sway.